Women rarely reveal their deepest desires directly. They conceal them behind composure, social intelligence, and behavioral restraint. But the body does not share this discipline. The body does not negotiate. It does not perform politics. It does not maintain plausible deniability. The body tells the truth. Most men never recognize the signs of genuine female desire, not because those signs are invisible, but because they were never taught how to read what has already been expressed. This is not a failure of intelligence. It is a failure of literacy. And this is not about manipulation. This is about perception. You have been conditioned to believe that understanding women is impossible, that female desire is chaotic, contradictory, and unknowable, that attraction is random, that you must guess, chase, hope, and endure ambiguity as the cost of being a man. That belief is not wisdom, it is limitation. Philosophy, neuroscience, and psychology converge on a truth modern. Dating culture refuses to acknowledge. Every human being is simultaneously revealing and concealing themselves at all times. Conscious thought edits, language distorts, social norms interfere. But beneath all of that, the nervous system communicates honestly and continuously. The conscious mind lies. The body cannot. For years, you've been trained to prioritize words, to listen to what women say, to treat verbal communication as the highest authority. But words are strategy. Words are negotiation. Words are often designed to protect, soften, delay, or obscure. The nervous system is different. The nervous system is democratic. It does not discriminate. It does not perform. It does not pretend. And this matters because you are tired. You are tired of guessing, tired of uncertainty, tired of wondering whether her interest is genuine or merely polite, tired of investing emotional energy into ambiguity. That anxiety is not weakness. It is the consequence of operating with incomplete information. Today, that changes. Learning to read these signals does not make you predatory. It makes you literate. It allows you to understand the most complex language humans have ever spoken, the language beneath words, the language of desire itself. When a man learns to read this language, everything changes. He stops chasing illusions. He stops investing in maybes. He stops mistaking politeness for attraction. What replaces that confusion is not arrogance, but clarity, not bravado, but grounded confidence, not performance, but presence. Let's anchor this in something objective. The human nervous system operates according to principles far older than culture. Research in neuroscience, including the work on the social engagement system, shows that the deepest and most ancient parts of the brain communicate before conscious awareness does. Long before someone decides what to say, their body has already responded. This communication happens through micro expressions lasting fractions of a second, through breath, through posture, through eye behavior, through muscle tone, through spatial orientation. Women are not more mysterious than men. They are more trained in suppression. From an early age, many women are socialized to regulate desire, to manage it, to conceal it, to express interest indirectly or strategically. Desire is often framed as dangerous, inappropriate, or something to be leveraged rather than owned. But suppression is not elimination. Under proximity, under emotional safety, under genuine interest, the mask weakens. The nervous system emerges, and when it does, it speaks clearly. Research consistently shows that when someone is genuinely attracted, the body reveals it. Eye contact increases, musculature relaxes, mirroring becomes automatic, attention narrows. These responses are involuntary. But here is what most men misunderstand. These signals only appear under specific conditions. They do not show up during performance. They appear when a woman is no longer managing impressions. That is why so many men miss them. They search for obvious signals, explicit statements, grand gestures. They wait for clarity in language while ignoring clarity in physiology. They miss the recalibration of her body in their presence, the shift in breath, the change in distance, the alteration in tone, the softening of defenses. To understand this, you must grasp a humbling reality. The human brain processes approximately 11 million bits of information per second. Your conscious awareness can process roughly 40. That means you are missing over 10 million bits of data every second. You are not perceiving reality. You are sampling it, but you can learn to perceive differently, not through effortful thinking, but through attunement, through allowing your nervous system to register what hers is already broadcasting. That recognition is what we are discussing. Picture this. You are in a room with her, a cafe, a living room, a shared space with ambient noise, distractions, other people. And yet, something subtle but undeniable exists between you. Not awkwardness, not tension, something denser, a quiet gravitational pull. Her words are casual, ordinary, but beneath them something is moving. Something is leaning towards you while her conscious mind maintains cover. This is the state where truth leaks through. This is where the signs appear. The first signal, breath. Everything begins with breath, not metaphorically, literally. When a woman is in proximity to a man she genuinely desires, her autonomic nervous system responds. Breathing patterns change, oxygen intake increases. The body prepares for connection, exposure, vulnerability. You have experienced this yourself. Attraction tightens the chest. Breath becomes conscious. The rhythm shifts. She experiences the same thing. And because she is aware of it, she attempts to regulate it. She slows her breathing. Intentionally, she maintains composure, but regulation is not erasure. When she is engaged with you, when attention narrows and presence deepens, you will still see it. A rise in the chest, a slight catch before speaking, a micro pause as she gathers herself. This is not anxiety, it is activation. Her nervous system is awake in your presence in a way it is not with others. Breath is crucial because it is observable without intrusion. You do not need to touch her. You do not need to probe. You simply notice. Does her breathing change when you arrive? Does it shift when the conversation deepens? Does it stabilize when you leave? If it does, her body is speaking. The second signal, the eyes. The eyes are not poetic metaphors. They are direct indicators of autonomic activity. Pupil dilation occurs in response to arousal, not just sexual arousal, but psychological engagement and desire. It is involuntary. It cannot be faked. When dopamine increases, pupils expand. Focus sharpens. The object of attention becomes neurologically vivid. Women are not unaware of this. Many learn to manage lighting, angles, and gaze in professional or public contexts. But in moments of genuine connection, control weakens. When conversation deepens, observe her eyes. Are they softer, glossier, more focused? Have her pupils changed since the interaction began? Lighting matters, yes, but in moderate conditions, this is measurable reality. When her pupils dilate in your presence, her nervous system is saying yes long before language does. The third signal, distance space, is language. Anthropological research on proxemics shows that humans maintain distinct spatial zones depending on emotional context. Social distance is safe. Personal distance signals trust. Intimate distance is reserved for those who matter. Comfort allows proximity. Desire orchestrates it. When a woman craves you, she does not merely tolerate closeness, she creates it. She chooses seats beside you. She leans inward. She eliminates buffers. She does not appear stiff or defensive. She appears settled, as though closeness is the most natural configuration. This is not accidental. It is intentional, though often unconscious. When she consistently reduces distance without explanation, without apology, without tension, she is communicating safety and wanting simultaneously. The fourth signal, the voice. The voice carries information words cannot. When a woman is genuinely attracted, her vocal cords relax. Pitch lowers. Tone warms. Volume softens. This is not submission. It is intimacy. She is no longer performing femininity. She is returning to baseline. Additionally, her speech patterns shift. Laughter becomes more frequent. Pauses lengthen. Synchrony appears. She mirrors your cadence, your phrasing, your rhythm. This is neurological alignment. When her voice sounds different with you than with others, less projected, more contained, you are hearing lowered defenses. Thus, fifth signal, memory. Attention reveals priority. The brain encodes information associated with reward. When a woman remembers details you mentioned casually weeks ago, it is not coincidence, it is valuation. She remembers how you take your coffee. She recalls a story you barely emphasized. She references your words unprompted, and she reveals this subtly, not overtly, not dramatically, but woven naturally into conversation. This is intimacy without confession. She is saying, "You occupy space in my mind when you are absent." The sixth signal, vulnerability. This is the deepest indicator. When a woman begins to reveal aspects of herself she normally protects, insecurities, past wounds, unpolished dreams. Without relational obligation, she is offering trust. This is the vulnerability cascade. She shares, then watches. She observes your response. She assesses safety. If you hold her disclosure without judgment, without exploitation, without withdrawal, something fundamental shifts. Emotional safety amplifies desire. When vulnerability escalates over time, when performance dissolves, when she simply exists with you, that is not ambiguity. That is clarity. No single signal is definitive. Context matters. But when breath, eyes, distance, voice, memory, and vulnerability align, the message is unmistakable. She is communicating desire across every available neurological channel. The myth that women are reluctant gatekeepers is cultural fiction. Genuine desire is not withholding, it is expressive. The only question is whether you are perceptive enough to recognize it. This is not about control, it is about understanding. It is about becoming fluent in what has always been said. And when a man develops this literacy, something profound happens. Women sense it. They recognize that he can see beneath performance, that he is not confused by contradiction, that he perceives truth and can be trusted with it. And that recognition awakens something primal. Because beneath everything, beneath strategy, protection, and restraint, what a woman wants most is to be seen by a man strong enough to perceive her and grounded enough to honor what he sees. She does not crave you despite this ability. She craves you because of it. That is the truth beneath everything.